Alrighty, let's try to begin again. On time this time. Still a few things that I'm too used to from doing Pool of Radiance and Curse of the Azure Bonds as well, with all of those menus having letter code shortcuts to them, which don't exist in in this one. They just have this big menu. So the town doesn't know that the Black Circle are up to anything. The mage in the shop here, who runs the magic shop, is actually a member, and he's of the Black Circle, and he proclaims himself as such, but the people not knowing the Black Circle are evil, he's acting a spy among them to make sure that they don't, you know, interfere with their mission to release the Lich from the glacier. And as they summon the party, using the magic of the well that we entered, and the gems that it requires, using gems you can make wishes of the well, normally for information, but for some reason they were also able to summon us. But then a red dragon came in and drove them out and took over the well, claiming all the gems given to the well as its hoard. So we have to go in and deal with that dragon so we can get the well back. It's not really necessary for us to do anything with, but it's just part of the requirements in the game. The well being safe is very important for the speedrun as well, because it allows us to freely move through here and sleep and rest up after battle. This time the clerics won. More unusual. Slightly more annoying because we could take more equipment if we wanted. Okay, good. As long as he gets to go before the cleric. Cleric is also more dangerous because he can cast Hold Person, which can lead to our characters getting taken out in one shot, as we can do to them with our cleric. The cleric was the one not held. That's too bad. Just cast Magic Missile on him. Okay, there we go. Alright, Sarah needs to take these. One. I can take them completely out, and Nicholas as well. Alright. This guy was once a cabmander of a general for the cities of the city of Tilsfar. The Red Plumes is their military unit is called, and he was actually the commander of Ulash when we visited that in Curse of the Azure Bonds. He makes mention of it, but I'm going to cast a haste spell so we can make this fight go a little bit more quickly. Oh, I can ready all these now too, so she can actually participate in combat. Taking a lot of hits this time. Good thing we have a lot of hit points. Not surrendering this time. Interesting. But morale is rolled randomly as well, I think. Okay, now you three each need these, and with that, okay, much better. Luckily, Marcus doesn't care that we're going to be sleeping in his house. As we advance in the game, normally we would not know anything about the Black Circle, really. We'd wonder about Marcus, and we would want to... We would only slowly learn things about the Black Circle. And then once we take out the Black Circle headquarters, if we don't confront Marcus, he would eventually start sending assassins after us. So doing this preemptively allows us to not make that a problem. Sling, Morning Star, nothing usable. A staff sling is pretty much the only thing that I really need. Because I don't get one of those for the longest time. And it makes the cleric slightly more usable in many combats. We'll go ahead and cast this haste spell again. Just so we can take care of these guys. They are moderately dangerous because they have poisoned weapons. So there's a chance that they can instant kill us since that's what all poison is. Excellent. Okay. Now the townspeople will take over the shop. He also charged way too much for the magic items that that he sold to us. I do need to get him a sword +2, Alex, because he only has a shield +2. No longsword +2. Oh well. That will come easily enough. By doing rid of this, we won't get any assassins once we take out the... How much money do we have? 5,700 platinum. Way too much. Okay, so let's go ahead and buy all of his arrows now. He doesn't have a bow to use them yet, but he'll get it soon. Our other character will not get a bow for a while. This might be all the arrows he needs, actually. That's more going to be more than the 255 that you can... whoops. Trade to the wrong person. Little menuing mistakes like that I make all the time. 55 and 57, yeah. That'll last for a while. Okay, it also meant that I got rid of a lot of money, though, which is weighing down my characters more than anything else. Alright, now we need to go back to the well and clear it. That's Marcus defenestrated. DOD? I'm not sure I know what that's referring to. Oh, the Dust of Disappearance. No. They finally realized after giving it to us in 2 games that Dust of Disappearance was far too powerful. So now we have to make it without the Dust of Disappearance, yeah. I forgot to get him a weapon too, not that it matters much. I'll get plenty more. Ah, darn. Poor Joe. He always gets hit by everything. Alright. Now the big dragon. Yep. So instead we have to make do with other items that are not quite as OP. We'll get a decent collection of really awesome stuff that we'll be able to abuse, but it won't be quite as bad as all that. Okay, good. The red dragon can be moderately dangerous. This is breath attacks, but... Okay, there's our bow for Bob. These are even better bracers for Jinx, and a potion. I think it's healing, maybe? Can't remember. I really don't need any more money in this game except for what I get there. Okay, now. I'm going to go ahead and trade the longsword +2 to Alex, because he needs it more. Trade the longsword +1 to Bob for now. Now Bob's going to... Yep, so now the well talks to us and says, thank you for freeing me. Will you give me gems? No. You can get answers from it for riddles and other things that you have to answer over the course of the game. I may have lost some experience by forgetting to train. We'll find out. Actually, I'll go ahead and train before I... I usually go to train too often, though, so... Okay, excellent. Alright. That was fine. Alright, the next order of business is to go and find an artifact that we need. And it's really obscure. Trying to figure out how to get it is difficult at best. But luckily, by playing the game and getting strategy guides, you can know about it and just go without having to worry about trying to learn things. That's the way these games are, since they are so very primitive, you know, early editions of the games. There are not a whole lot of complicated flags that require you to go through multiple quests. It's enough for the game just to have a certain amount of required items to advance into certain areas and things. It doesn't require you to know about an artifact necessarily before you go get it, for the most part. At least not for this super obscure one. Monsters attack. Unlike a lot of the previous games, I don't have to worry about... I already used up that wand. It did not have many charges. About random encounters. Quitting and reloading for random encounters is actually slower than fighting most of these battles, so saves a little bit of a headache. I knew where it was for a second. Alright. Let's see. Ah, that's where I'm at. Yep, okay. Trying to remember where I am on this massive map. This is a massive, massive map. They, finally, in the previous two games, all of the maps were only 16 by 16. But cleverly arranged to make use of them, and so that's why there are a lot of transition areas, especially in, say, Curse of the Azure Bonds. But some of them here are really huge, and some are even harder to get through than that. And some really huge ones are just things semi-strewn together. And the ruins of New Verdigris, or the ruins of Old Verdigris that we're in now, the old town back in ancient days, it's now filled with all these monsters. It is an incredibly huge city. Here's another red dragon. Should have cast haste before, but oh well. No worries. Okay, let's see. The longsword is actually good. Actually, we'll give it to Jinx. Plate mail, I think, is... I can't remember if it's +1 or not. I need to go get the notes the quick notes I made to remember all that better. Spell Dragon, Amulet Dragon. Yes, it is plate +2. Longsword, oh yeah, the Ring of Invisibility and the cloak is displacement. I give the ring to the cleric. Here's a glowing gateway to the well. Lucky for us. I only cast a magic missile. Okay, now Jinx says longsword. I need to get him a shield as well. We'll find some of those, though. Many of those. Alright, now we need to go take care of the black circle. The well is a wonderful central location. There are all sorts of portals everywhere that lead back to the well, which is very convenient since now that once you clear the well out, it's entirely safe. You can only use the teleporters once you visit them from the one side, of course, but it makes a really great... it's a wonderfully well done mechanic that just makes it good to... I'm going to remove these so that I can quick combat him as well against these cheapo monsters. One disadvantage to using quick combat, though, is that if you use space to cancel quick combat in this game only compared to the other two, which didn't do this for some reason, when you use space to cancel quick combat on the party, and when it's a character's turn, that character decides, oh, we're ending quick combat, I don't know what to do, so I'm ending my turn automatically. Okay, this, I'm here. Okay, that's where I'm at. Passageway is unstable. We're going to get hit by rocks. We're taking a bunch of damage. Jeez, we're getting hit by a lot of rocks today. Thankfully, should be out of that now. Okay. Let's go ahead and... Nah. Let's save the game as safety. Maybe I should have cast haste. Okay. He cast Globe of Invulnerability, which is not a big deal at all. Thank goodness. Okay. It's kind of a big deal because it makes it immune to things like Magic Missile, but it's better than him hitting us. She is not ready to Ring of Invisibility. I need to ready it. Oh well. She could take a hit there. Alright, Jinx takes a... Alex, detect magic for us. Jinx, take a magic shield. There, now you have a shield. He readied the Ice Storm wand again. That's right. Okay, there. Now he's protected. Okay, go ahead and cast Haste here. The problem with casting Haste is that it ages our characters, but over the course of this game we shouldn't get too hasty, as it were, to age to become decrepit. It keeps all the rules D&D has for aging, too, so if you age your characters too much, they will start to lose stats, but... It's something to worry about if you're transferring characters beginning in Pool of Radiance and doing everything all the way through. You actually, by the time you get to Pools of Darkness, but I'm just gonna quit you. There. Alright, this we're gonna cast Bless, Prayer, and Haste again. Before we fight the commander. Okay, one of these is a lord, so he's going to have a +2 longsword. Let's use the Necklace of Missiles. Yes, that will be safe. Can't reach. That's okay. 2 is not bad. Alright. Don't have any detects left. So I would have to guess where he's at. Probably the bottom. Although the banded mail... Oh yeah, banded armor is what just the troopers have, so... I'm going to take a wager that that's longsword +2. If I'm wrong, I'll find another one later. The mace, is that a +3 mace? Let's see. 4 random, so it could be, we don't know. Find a large key and a portal. We need the key to enter the inner sanctum. You use the portal, we can memorize our spells. Yeah. Now we go straight back. There's usually a chance in a lot of these games of having random encounters if you try and rest, but there are certain areas that are usually considered safe. And so, especially in a speedrun, finding those areas that are guaranteed safe is one of the things you want to do. And the well, once you have killed the dragon, becomes completely safe. The town is totally safe until assassins start coming after you. And interestingly, unlike all the other games where they don't want you to go sleeping in towns in the middle of the streets and stuff, the people of New Verdigris believe that you're their heroes, and they'll let you sleep wherever you like. In the shop, in the bar, in the middle of the street, in the mayor's house. The mayor's house is ostensibly for it, but I mean, they really let you sleep everywhere. The game doesn't care. So, rather nice. So that and the well, when we can go back to them, they're the good places. Jeez. Those being surrounded and pounded again. So basically I just save all of my resting periods for when I'm in an entirely safe place. There we go. Number of fights in this area that we have to go through. Let's go ahead and cast a whole person. Ooh, she gets it off immediately. It's kind of random who goes when and battle and even how many segments of time within a round a Jeez. Oh, jeez. Someone's casting. Okay, excellent. Ooh, I should have moved closer. This doesn't have great range. As it's going to hit poor Joe again. Oh, nope, unless I hit there. That'll do. Yes, excellent. Joe's already down to 43 hit points. That's pretty crazy. I forgot to check if this potion was extra healing or something. I don't think it is. Jeez, more hits. Alright, don't need anything. Let's go ahead and have Sarah cast some big healing spells on Joe. That's all her big healing spells. Oof. We find some scrolls, and it goes so fast we don't even know that unless we have the speed down. Hold ground, and then we attack. I knew it needed a longer range than that. Let's have some fun. All right. Here's another fight. I think we have 2 more. Taking so much damage and with almost no healing left. Okay, then there's one more group of guards, and then it's going to be... Excellent. Okay. Nope, that's it. Okay, good. Now we come into the hatchling pool. We have to fight hatchlings and these two things in a row. Luckily, they're pretty weak. Only about 4 hit points each. 5, maybe. Yeah. This will wipe out all 5 of them real quick. More hatchlings. There's only like 3 this time. Oh, there's 6. It's a random amount. Normally the second group is a lot smaller. You feel like you're kind of clearing them out. Every step you take in this room is a hatchling fight, so you better not spend your time wandering around too much. Because they will eventually breathe on you and get everything down. Okay, save game. Now we cast our bless, our prayer, cast our haste, so we can finish off the enemy quickly. Oh, we're doing okay. There we go. Missed with all his shots. He has 4 shots around with haste spell on. Okay, now the loot we get from here is a very important girdle. I think the bracers are just the same as what we got, or are they? No, they're slightly better. Okay. The wand is also good. And then it's just a usual amount of kind of stuff. That's fine for now. And a portal stands. Boom. Alright, now we need to go to the temple. After we go home. Alright, yeah, first I want to train before I rest. Yes. Now I finally get to learn Ice Storm. Much better spell. Okay, Potion of Speed's kind of pointless because we have thing. This is a girdle of strength 23. Very good. That is a longsword +2, so you can keep that. Yeah, I need to equip that ring. Then she can wander around to the back lines and be totally safe. Now, Wand of Lightning that he can throw at guys. Kind of weighed down. Alright, now back to the well. Oh, after we sleep. Nope. First I'm going to cast that and get rid of it. I just don't think it's enough. It can be really powerful in Turn the Tide, but it is very often resisted, so I'd rather just have a few spells to do damage with, especially since I'm using haste for that. It's more useful. Okay. I'll do 2 prayers. Alright, back to the well. And now we need to go north in order to get to the mine to where the well is. Go out this way. And we're going to go ahead and cast a haste spell here. Oh, I have an extra 3rd level. This turns out to be the best place for us to be positioned to defeat these clerics without them getting off too many hold person spells. Luckily, the amount of clerics you fight in this game are moderately low compared to Curse of the Azure Bonds, which is one of the reasons why Dust of Disappearance is so good in Curse of the Azure Bonds, because you fight so many clerics. Okay, that is not quite... Alright. Yep. All these arrows are pointing the way back to town. We don't know who went out and did them, but some adventurous soul decided that in case you were lost in the ruins, put out a bunch of signs so you can figure out. There we go. So now we go to the mine shaft, descend to the mine. The very first level is this Temple of Tyr. And apparently nobody knows about it, even though it's the very first level of the dungeon. Of the mines, I mean, rather. Could have used another haste here, but oh well. Oh, I needed to give him his bow, too. Oh well. I'm going to cast a full ice storm. Excellent choice. The nice thing about Ice Storm is that it can't be resisted. Its damage is generally a little weaker than Fireball, but since you can't resist it, if it gets a good roll, it's going to devastate a lot of enemies. Okay. Enter the temple. Door unlocks for us. We enter a secret room. Found a cache of weapons, which the only thing we really want are the 2 +3 swords and the 2 potions, which are extra healing. Another is invisibility, which I think is the last one, so we don't really need that, but, you know. Yes, you really ought to have a +3 shield, since you keep getting injured. No, we want to trade that shield to... CJ, I think, still is only a +2. Yep. Or a +1, rather. Gives a +2 or bonus. Alright, now we need to go talk to Durton. Now, Durton the Dwarf is one of the last Azure Bonds people remaining. The last one known, in fact. And so he tells us about the Lich that we need to defeat. We need to go and... we can rest here now, too. This is a portal back to the well. So now we can go back to town in an instant in order to train and do other things. My fighters should be able to train shortly after the ranger, so... yeah, not yet. Let's memorize our spells, though. Do a fireball. Just one. I have 2 haste spells already. I don't end up using all of them that often. Okay, 3-3 goes back to the temple. Oops. I turned myself around a bit. Alright, now to the mines. Mines are relatively simple, but they're kind of large. And so I don't have the exact routes memorized for them yet. I may eventually, but it's going to take a while. I have one of them memorized because I have no choice. The clue book that I have the PDF of made a mistake in copying the 2nd level for the 3rd level map, so luckily it's got a pretty easy pattern to remember. And this is the big problem with these mines, is you keep running into Umber Hulks, which are annoying because at the beginning of each round when they're in melee they get that gaze right there. They can only do it if they start the battle in melee. I need to have Mr. Bow Guy use his bow again. Another stares blankly. I can actually quick combat most of my guys at this point. There are a number of random encounters that you can just run away from here in the mines. Previous areas didn't have much in the way of random encounters. You could get some in the well before the thing. Let's see. The ring is fire resistance, which is good. Oh, how so? Oh, these are all +3, so that's really good. So plate mail and another one for today. Now finally, Jinx gets a bow. Alright, we found part of the staff of Olaf. The Ring of Oswulf, rather, not Olaf. You can get encounters in the well before you kill the dragon, but they're really rare. As long as you don't wander around too much and immediately go. As you progress through the game, the encounters get harder to avoid, basically. But right now, if we encounter things in the mine, we can just flee. Interestingly, they attack you in the ruins of New Verdigris, but, you know, they're really wimpy, so. Less cheese? Yeah, I guess so. The Dust of Disappearance is a super cheesy item. I guess the original developers were really fond of it, but didn't realize quite that it was that bad. We avoid the trapdoor. You find that if you have a thief or a dwarf. Dwarves are not very useful for the high levels, but I have a fighter magic user thief this time. An elven fighter magic user thief, because it's the this is the one place, this level and then the very final dungeon is the only place in the game where there are any traps you need to worry about. And so that trapdoor is one of them. The treasure chest on this level is also trapped, the one that contains the Staff of Oswulf that we need. Speaking of which, now the thief can still fail to set it off. Good. But we don't want it to because it has a Wand of Fireball, which is very important. An Elixir of Youth. A couple of healing potions, I believe. Nope, they're not useful potions. Must be like invisibility and speed, or speed and giant strength, but we have all of those kinds of things already. Nope. We only get one companion in this game, and she is super useful. And we do something to steal her shield from her, an exploit, but we copy it and give it back to her, so it's alright. We just do it so the entire party will have one. And she is really a very solid fighter throughout this game, especially with some things we have. Now we have Wyvern's Lair. I should have saved the game before this because Wyverns can kill my characters with poison stings. Hopefully this doesn't happen, but we'll find out. We are going to be using the multiplication exploit once we get enough good items to exploit. We'll actually use it a couple times in this game, but it's going to be a bit... Yep, there we go. Stupid Wyverns. Now, I think I did save right here before searching this. So a bit of time lost there. Usually in classic kinds of RNG situations, the Wyverns only get you if you forget to save at an appropriate time. It doesn't happen to me usually, but the minute... Whoops, that was the wrong way, actually. I need to go north. Gonna go ahead and save here. Curse of the Azure Bonds was the one I played most as a kid because we had a copy of it for the Atari ST, which was our backup. My dad was a PC gamer, and as he got better PCs, the hand-me-downs and stuff came to us kids. That's how most of my video game playing came as a kid. So when he got a upgraded IBM PC, the Atari ST that he used to play on came to me, and it had Curse of the Azure Bonds on it. Actually, better version than the DOS version. Better sounds and slightly better graphics and better controls. So I played that a lot, and it became one of my favorites. But let's see, Mine 3... Oh, it has a Mace plus 4. Boom. That's really awesome. Let's see. The boots are speed, that's right. And the potion... Nope, the ring is... The potion isn't any good. The ring is decent for, like, one quick level. Nope, the potion. Boots, there we are. Boots of speed. I need to trade that to somebody like CJ. I can drop that sword now. Ring of Star Resistance ring. I haven't played my Atari in years. I don't know if it would be any slower. I believe it would, because it relies a lot on mouse controls, which is more fun for casual playing, but keyboard allows you to go a lot quicker with when you have to control everything with keyboard. Whoops. Okay, now 4. Let's go ahead and ready that ring too. Okay, 4, I need to go south. Save again in case I encounter something else wild. Okay, is this ring any good? Oh yeah, it's the ring plus 3. Yeah, that's why I need to cut the ring out from that run, because now I have a better one. And rings don't stack with magic armor, so we do with magic bracers, but not magic armor, so. Those bats look so crazy. Okay, 5th level. 5th level is going to have some Umber Hulks. If we encounter Umber Hulks as a random encounter, they will treat it like a normal Umber Hulk encounter, and we won't get to run away. So that's the random encounter we don't want to see. I usually don't see them, but I think my last run I actually got several Umber Hulk encounters. This is the sad Umber Hulk encounter. But so because it's the one I played the most, Curse of the Azure Bonds is a, oh god, Joe's already crazy. It has a special place in my heart, but Secret of Silver Blades was the one I always liked the most, because it puts you at a level where you're extremely high, you get some devastating spells when you play casually, you get your really good healing spells and stuff, and you fight just an incredible menagerie of monsters. Okay, is there anything good here? No. But we find the Staff of Boswolf. We need to assemble the staff in order to enter the castle where the Lich is so we can kill him and take his phylactery. Or find his phylactery and destroy him after destroying his body. The strange thing is, I never, even though I'd played the entire series of the first Gold Box and the follow-ups, Forgotten Realms of the Savage Frontier, I'd never even heard of the Kryn series until I started finding these on Good Old Games. And the really interesting thing is that a lot of people have told me a lot about the Kryn series since then, and I've started it. I'm probably, once I'm satisfied with Secret Silver Blades, I'm going to move on to Kryn. You bribe and bash through the barricade. I don't know quite how that works. I should have saved this as well, because these snakes can poison me. This is the place where you want to toss a fireball, though. If you're playing casually, yes, you do need it. In the speedrun, David TKI has routed out a speedrun of the Kryn series, and he did the first one, or at least a speedrun of the first game of the Kryn series, the Champions of Kryn. He did that in 2 hours and 7 minutes. He did it for the 12-hour challenge, and just using a bit of notes from my runs here and knowledge of how to do the multiplication stuff, he went through it all. But all the things you need the knight for are actually temporary. He's considered routing one out. I think it might be useful, more useful in the speedrun, though, because things are smaller, to have one, simply because he starts with plate mail. As I say, I think once I'm satisfied with Pool of Radiance, or I'm a Secret Silver Blades now, once I'm satisfied with that, I'm probably going to go to the Kryn series and go ahead and give that a shot. The first one, at least. We'll see about the others if they're as bad. I'm not... Although Pool of Darkness is the next game, I'm not that eager to try it because it's huge. I played around a little bit with it, and it's as bad as I remember. It's just so big and expansive that it's probably going to be like an 8-hour speedrun. Yeah, good enough. 3 snakes saved. Yeah, I'd never, Dragonlance was actually, not one of my big likes in the D&D universe. my dad wasn't bothered with it, so the same thing. I never really played much of it. But I was surprised when I started looking at the Kryn series, and especially seeing this was the really great patrol, a tiny little group. When I was seeing all of the weird effects from like red and white mages, the Knights of Solemnus, and their very weird rules that they have, all of that's implemented rather well in the game Champions of Kryn. So yeah, new game glitchless, no dupe. Might not be as hard as it sounds because the dupe doesn't help much. You get so much treasure in Pool of Darkness anyway that and you can't carry the best stuff between worlds. So because you have to do a lot of stuff on the other planes. When travel between planes, you can't save your take your equipment with you. You have to store it. And I guess you could dupe the Vorpal Sword, which is moderately powerful, but the Vorpal Sword is kind of deceptive because even though it's a big, famous, awesome weapon and it can do some great things, it's also only a +3 sword, so it actually has some pretty significant limits to it. Didn't get poisoned and die. Didn't get poisoned and die again. It's a weak poison from these guys, from the snakes, so it's not a good chance of being poisoned and dying, but, you know, any kind of instant kill effect that can bother you. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and cast Prayer. That just to get rid of it, because I actually think I would like a second bless just in case. This isn't really a hard fight, but you can't really talk to them, so just don't waste time, just attack. Yeah, Pool of Radiance was really interesting. All the different missions and things that you can do. Sometime I need to go back and do an official run of the of 100%. I have routed out 100% all areas cleared, essentially. Some of them are super easy to clear in various ways, but I've done some testing runs offline, and it's only about 4 hours actually to do the 100%, which is kind of long, but not super duper long for a 100% D&D category. Okay, this actually, we want the necklace. And now we open the box, and here comes our new companion, Vala. We let her join because it's super simple and easy. Now we... Oops. Monsters. When monster, for some reason, it takes a long time to load the image when you get random encounters. And it shows the image if they're in melee with you when they arrive. Alright, now we go to 7, which is going to give us the next last piece of the staff. Well, it's a bunch of wands. I don't really need that ring. I keep using it, but let's see. South, yep. Gonna encounter some more Umber Hulks soon. Let's see. In camp. Alter order. We want to move Vala closer to the front so that she can charge into combat. For some reason she doesn't have her shield ready. Yeah, if you want to just farm those things up. I make, in 100%, I actually make use of the dupe glitch with the Dust of Disappearance as well, because it makes everything go a lot faster, especially things like the Nomad Camp. I haven't tested it too much, but I believe that just killing the nomad camp is faster than fighting the kobolds. Alright, let's see. So we want the Wand of Lightning and Ice Storm and the 2 potions. Oh, one is Paralysis. I think it's the last one, but I don't remember. So let's see. Let's have Joe use some of these. Kobold Cave is a huge pain. I'm trying to save that for last and hopefully getting Fireball on my guys before I fight it, because you need fireballs for multiple fights in that massive place. Of course, what really sucks is the graveyard. After trying it a couple of times, I've finally given up. You just have to fight the battles in the graveyard. It's a huge pain, but you otherwise there's too many encounters, and if you try to flee, you end up in a random place. It's just not worth it. Thank you, Vala. And we get more experience for finding another. So let's use this potion. 98. Okay, good enough. Okay, we've reached level 8. 8 has some really good stuff. Also a Umber Hulk right here. Yeah, undead are so nasty once you start getting into whites and higher than whites because of all the stats they can drain, level drain, and all the rest. Oh, jeez. Oh, well, at least it's only her. No, it's just going to shoot. Okay, yes. Now the Ring of Tyr that was given to us by the dwarf allows us to pass. Okay, now we have Banded Mail plus 5, which is super important. Another cloak. And this longsword is the... Oh, this is the giant slaying longsword, which is a good, important longsword for Joe to have. We found all the pieces. Umber Hulks right before we reach the mineshaft. Of course, we're not going through yet. That's way too many of those guys. Okay, let's see. Now we get to fight more Umber Hulks. We're almost done fighting Umber Hulks, but not quite. Or done with hordes of Umber Hulks. Here's some more. Because we like to fight Umber Hulks. Should have shot one of the ones closer. Let's see. Let's use this necklace of missiles because I have a bunch more. Excellent. That was a good one. Oh, a teleporter. Let's enter it. It blasts us somewhere. We take a lot of damage. A lot of damage. And now we're sharing the room with a lot of hungry Umber Hulks. Should have cast one of my haste spells before coming through here. This is a big enough fight. Okay, now... So the 9th level has this barrier on it, generate a magic force field, and so you can't pass through it or the next level. But if you find this malfunctioning teleporter, and enter it, it will teleport you to a place on the 4th level past where the monsters are. Behind them so you can move in and destroy the field and therefore access the rest of the area. One of those mini, just kind of plot event things. Gargoyles and Margoyles. Okay, now we can go to the temple level. Oh, we have to go south. I always did that wrong. Okay, now we assemble the pieces of the staff. Vala and Durf have a little reunion as well. Now it's time to go back home, because we can certainly level after all this. Possibly might be able to level too much, and we have to do some excellent manipulation of things. Okay, we get a 5th level spell, which we learned Cone of Cold, just in case we want to use it. Okay, good. All right. So we have this now, although we actually want to unready it. You can keep that readied. That readied. That doesn't matter. Potion of visibility isn't that great. Okay, unready those. Don't need that actually. Versus giants is just as good. I never readied that one. Haha. Don't need that either. Didn't ready that either. Okay. He needs to buy more arrows. Banded armor and shield we don't need anymore. Nor do we need the gauntlets of ogre strength. Doesn't need that shield anymore. Longbow +2. He's gonna need some more arrows. Don't want that one. That one's useless. I need to use the Ice Storm and Lightning wands more. Use those up. Okay. Alright, now we need to buy a bunch more arrows. Oh, Bob has to do it first. All right. Okay, now we need to come here to the vault. We're going to deposit her shield. And now Alex is going to take her shield. Alright, now we go into the training hall. And now we start having fun. Save the game. Remove Jinx from the party, then save the game. Makes it a little bit easier. Add bags to the party. Alright, we need to give a Cloak of Displacement. Banded Mail +5. Silver Shield. Boots of Speed. Girdle of Giant Strength. And another Cloak of Displacement, so we can do this quickly. Remove bags from the party. Overwrite bags. Add bags back to the party. Okay, Cloak to CJ. Banded Mail, Silver Shield, Boost Speed, Girdle to Joe. Cloak to Vala is fine. Then we only need 3 more anyway. Load up the game. Add bags back to the party. Cloak to Bob. Girdle to CJ. Speed to CJ. Banded. Silver shield to CJ. Cloak of displacement to Sarah. Other cloak of displacement to Sarah. These other 4 things, yeah, we can do them to Vala because I only need 3 more of some of them. Okay. Yep, I give him that name specifically for this purpose. Okay, now I don't need that. Everybody needs one of those. And the girdle. Is that everything? I feel like I'm missing something. Shield, boot, girdle. Nah, I guess that's it. And then the cloaks. That would be the 5th, but I don't have them. Okay. You can actually do this as well using the vault, because the vault is saved between all save games, which is why I have some random items there I accidentally deposited or just wanted to get rid of, and so they're still there now, so it's... But using a character is still the easiest way. Okay, that should be enough. Add Jinx back to the party. Alright, now... Nice 11 armor class. I'll get a better shield and a super good sword later on, which is one of the reasons why I'm not concerned about them. No, she needs that. Now we have double movement. We have maximum strengths. Very good armor classes. And some of this is going to him. Okay. Girdle, giant strength. He can barely fit everything. I need to start using up some items for him. It's good to have all these. It helps him be very useful at all times in combat, but okay. Alright, time to memorize. Magic Missile. Haste Fireball. Cone of Cold. Memorize. Bless, bless. Prayer. Use it for those. To cure criticals. Alright, now it's time to go to the dungeon. Yes, it is. Pool of Radiance is so much of a pain with trying to heal because you don't have it. And also because you don't have any good healing spells. You never get more than better than Cure Light Wounds on your characters in there. And actually, I need to look at Bob too and make sure that his Silver Shield is on and his longsword instead of the bow. Because we do not want to get turned to stone. Because we're going to be fighting a lot of... Oh, actually, that's right. 9 is nothing but the way out. We need to go to B. The basement, 10th level. Recharge! Cockatrices are still a problem. I need to save the game more often to avoid getting hazed. So the silver shields count as the silver mirror in addition to being a powerful shield. So by putting them on the entire party, We are immune to Medusa and Basilisk Gazes. The only thing we have to worry about is cockatrices. Let's see, they're both here, right? I think it's time to start using the Wand of Lightning. There. Okay, we're totally safe here now. Let's see if I'll damage my party or not by doing it this way. Yep. Sometimes it goes a very long way, and sometimes it doesn't go any way at all. But oh well. I'm still going to use up the Wand of Lightning since I've got multiple of them. How far can it target? Really not that far? This'll do. It took out a few. I believe the Medusas, their melee attack is like a bite with their snake heads, so it can technically poison and kill as well. I think... I haven't been killed by their poison in this game, like a lot of others, but... So Boots of Speed, of course, double our movement so we can charge into combat more easily. You're just going to let the random people do it and see that's easy. Oh yeah, the giant centipedes, which also have a poisonous bite that can kill. You get like a +4 to the saving throw, but naturally, you know, RNG being what it is in games like this, it can happen. Hurdle Giant Strength is, it's Cloud Giant Strength, which is 23. Gives us like +5 to hit and +11 damage with melee attacks. So, you get a better one at the very end of Curse of the Azure Bonds, which I used to pick up in the speedrun before I realized it was overkill and unnecessary. But still a really cool item. This one, they backed it off a little bit, but giving 23 strength to the entire party and Boots of Speed allows you to guarantee charge. There is one suit of better armor than the +5 Banded Mail. Okay, that is that's a random encounter. This is a set encounter. But it is... Oh, the spiders can poison me as well. I need to save. I'm going to be killed by a spider here. But the good Banded Mail +5 is the best armor that gives you maximum movement speed. So with the maximum that we're given here... It's one of the best overall, it's the best overall armor in this game. There's +4 plate mail in places in the dungeon, and there's one character that has +5 plate, but you don't really need it. I'd rather have essentially 6 more movement than 1 more armor class when we're already at -11. And we'll get up to -13 once we get the +5 shield. Yeah, if you want that extra 1 to the armor class, it is powerful. Okay, this is a group that needs a necklace of missiles or wand of fire. Now I'm going to use the wand of ice storm. I need to use up a wand of ice storm. 8! Wonderful wand of ice storm. Oh well. And there we go. Poison death, reload. Good thing I saved it. I actually loaded up one of my speedruns the other day to check out taking out the Beholder Core. It's pretty nasty. You need Dust of Disappearance to survive, of course, because otherwise there's too many spells and abilities that'll target you. But you can run out of steam on your characters before you can get through all the Dark Elf Lords and Beholders and all the rest with the Dust of Disappearance on. But it'd be an interesting... I needed to save again. Darn it. Oh well. But it would be an interesting... Well, this isn't a dangerous fight, though. Just the Medusa. But it would be an interesting... what do I want to say? This is a great place for the lightning. Incentive for a marathon. The next time I do a marathon with incentives with that game, I need to offer the ultimate gold box battle, the Beholder Core. With his fist. Yeah. You get like 4 shots from the beholders themselves. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and cast some spells. I usually don't, even when I played casually, I usually didn't explore the areas underneath the cities too much in Curse of the Azure Bonds. I felt that there was plenty of enough stuff to do and everything just in playing the games when I was a kid, just doing the regular expected stuff. So it didn't change from my casual playthroughs very much when I did the speedrun. I just stopped getting... I got less and less treasure in all the major areas instead. But I think I only went into the Beholder Core maybe once and saw that big army and was like, nope. Hadn't done it since. Okay, entering the dungeon. Now we have to deal with this madman. Okay, so quick notes on the dungeon. 22, 39, and 66. Okay, last Medusa we're gonna have to fight for a while. Did we just kill her? Yes, we did. Okay, so actually, though, I want to use this so that because the Drow can, all the Driders can cast spells, so we want to prevent them from casting. Oh, very nice. One of them did not take damage. Wait, yes. Is this the? Oh, it's just money. Too bad. Protect the portal, I should say before this fight too, because it's really nasty. Alright. Need to damage as many of these guys as possible since they are all casters. Okay, you can charge forward still. You, I want to give back the bow now that we are done with. There we go. Alright, the fine longbow. Now this is where things are going to get real. Fine longbow is not magical, but it allows you to use your strength damage bonus with the bow. So now Bob is just going to do incredible amounts of damage. So now Vala is going to fall back and be a bowman herself. We need to get her some arrows. So all those arrows I bought will now go to her. Bash into the room with the teleporter. 814. Now I can go back to 1-1. Okay. Okay, answer. You never saw it, you feel it, you never saw it, you never will. What is it? Your... No, is it... What's the first one? Your heart. Your heart is what it is. Golly. I have a couple of quick notes just in case. That one's the hardest one for me to remember, oddly. Okay, so... some hydras. You would think that the dungeon, of all the areas in the game, would actually have... the most, Oh yeah, I can't auto him anymore either because he thinks that the bow is not good. Let's use this wand. I didn't need to get close for this. I was thinking about using lightning for a minute, but I need to use up this as well. Okay, you can quit combat still. Alright, longsword, shield, bow. Okay, I also need to alter the order. Select Vala and put her next to the bottom. Order, actually, Sarah and Bob switch, so Sarah will be up front. But there are no random encounters here, interestingly. There are several set encounters I have to go through, but not as many as you would think in a dungeon with 10 levels. Okay, answer. You must keep it after giving it. What is it? Your word. Let's see. Nope, that's not the right way. That's not the right way either. Okay, now I'm going the right way. Answer the riddle. As light as a feather, but you can't hold it for 10 minutes, is your breath. You get teleported to the well if you answer wrong. You don't want that to happen, because then you have to backtrack. Okay, first we have to go down south here and fight these Umber Hulks. More Umber Hulks, yes. One more group of Umber Hulks, and maybe some more groups of Umber Hulks. This is one of the last Umber Hulk fights, though. But they're guarding one of the 3 keys we need in the dungeon. Once again, there's just a huge amount of really obscure... missable, not like permanently, maybe permanently, I'm not sure. Some of them, most of them shouldn't be permanently missable in where you are, but the necessary items in order to get into certain areas. Like the brass key, the silver key, and the gold key that you find here are all necessary in the final dungeon, the Lich's castle. Orville's. Alright. Answer the riddle. It's a river, if I can type properly. Okay, let's see. Going to have to go this way. More Umber Hulks. Runs smooth and ain't rhyme. Loves 12 kind of climb is water. Okay. Easiest dungeon of all. You break it even if you name it. What is it? Silence. Alright, Silver Key. Pyrohydras. 12-headed. Your pictures don't show enough heads. Just use a bow here. Runs already close to dead. Okay, Silver Key has bracers of armor class 2 and another necklace. The wand is something useless. So I need to get rid of more wands. Where are my bracers? Ah, there they are. Another necklace to get rid of, so I need to start using that up too. Passes for the sun and makes no shadow. What is it? Wind. Okay, let's see. That's not here. Yeah, I have to go this way. Now I have to deal with the Gyno Sphinx. Parlay, give money. We don't care about our money, so we'll give it. Then she shoves us outside, and then we have to go in again. There are a number of those that you can... Don't want to use the fireballs on them, but let's use up some more ice storms. Okay, good. That used up one. Okay. You feed it, it lives, gives an drink, it dies. It's fire. That is the last riddle. I fight here. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna hit myself with it. Nope, not quite. That's fine. Okay. Guards are protecting this door. Oh no. Let's see. I think I need to use this because of how far away these guys are. Okay, my wand of lightning is gone as well. Good. Okay, now I'm down to these. Actually, let's shoot him. Good, he's dead. You wonder how some of these giants, you know, could even handle / use human currency. Like, once you're 15 feet tall, how on earth do you pick up a penny? Because all these coins are, well, I guess they're kind of big because of the weight they have, but still, like... Alright, now the last key is here. Oh yeah, purple worms. We're gonna flee for a moment, actually. Because purple worms can swallow you whole, which is instant death. Again, we don't want to deal with instant death. Let's see... I need to use up some necklaces and missiles still. Clear space. There we go! Good thing I saved. Swallowed whole, killed. Yeah. Kobolds are, pretty dumb. Most of the giants are smart except for, like hill giants. All the rest of the giants. Frost giants are like the next dumbest, I think. Even more than stone giants, and they're still not too bad. Don't forget stone giants and cloud giants. Cloud giants are right after storm. They're pretty clever as well. 6 random? Yeah, I don't need the random. Okay, let's see. We let the giants pass. They're running away from the purple worms. Hey, Jinx, give us a haste spell. That is the order of strength. Hailstone, Frost, Fire, Cloud, Storm. But I think that it's mostly intelligence as well. I'm pretty sure. But I think that Stone might be a little cleverer than Frost. I can't remember, though. That's the only one that would be different, I believe. Alright. And that is the dungeon conquered. Now we're in the tunnels, and now we can't immediately flee from the random encounters, but... Let me see if I can entice. No, this is probably silly to do. Super random. Okay, well, not getting anything is not bad. So I can't directly run away from these fights. I can, this is a good position. They force you to turn around, and then you can still move, but if you move forward... Oh, we got hit by ice. You will run into them again. But there are certain points where they won't go, so it's kind of hard to describe exactly how it works. But that close to the place, I'm having pretty good encounter luck here so far. Some of these might be faster to fight, like the griffins and things. Depending on where I encounter them, though. Giants, no, although this is a bad place. See, now every time I take a step forward, it says the monsters have caught up to you. So now I'm fleeing down this tunnel by running into the monsters. So I have to do this every step, but it's still faster than fighting a bunch of frost giants. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, we're done. I'm just going to attack griffins. Griffins should go down real fast. Oh, wargs as well. They should still go down pretty fast. This is a long tunnel again, so... another necklace of missiles. That was a really wimpy one. Yep. Okay, this is a set encounter. Jeez. No! How come so many of them get to go off? This is gonna be ouchy. Okay, hit some of their own guys at least. Ah. That's insane. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and reload. 3 of them went off before either of my archers or caster types. Alright, one of them casting here. No. Alright, finally. Who knows? Maybe the giants are actually just given bags of coins of a certain value, and so that they are big enough for them to recognize and use, they just deal in bags of currency. So it's like, oh, this is a cheap bag of copper. I guess that could be the case. We don't need to interrogate the fighter. Reposition that, though. Right at the corners where we want them. Okay, 2 big fights here. Now, the frost giants who live up in these mountains are at war with the Black Circle because the Black Circle are trying to melt the glacier that the castle is buried in. So, obviously, they do not like this, but they think that all the little people are banded together. So we have to fight our way through a lot of giants before they'll listen to us and believe that we are not, you know, also trying to destroy them. I can't remember the name of this glacier that they're in. New Verdigris is the town. They probably mentioned the name of the glacier somewhere, but it's been a very long time since I played this casually and remembered all those specifics. And now the Brucey are like, hey, thanks for getting rid of those guards for us. Now we're going to kill you. We say, I think not. Okay, that is an excellent spot. Wimpy Fireball, but at least it'll prevent them from casting. One problem with the Fine Longbow is that since it doesn't have any enchantments, it doesn't have any bonuses to hit. But being able to do enormous damage from range is worth it. Okay. You find them on a corner, and since you're not moving directly into them, the monsters are following us, but they won't bother us. And you can't get another encounter while monsters are following you, so if you get lucky, you get them in a good place where you can instantly avoid them. Let's see. Now we're okay. These crevices are huge. You can see the numbers of our position. It's pretty wild. Okay, teleporter to the north. We want to take it, mostly so that we can rest. I'm not going to train until after the frost giants, or no, maybe I should before. I can't remember. Is there if I do it like before no, I do need to. That's right. That's 7:14. Pretty sure I need to train now and then again after. Yep. Doesn't really matter. Let's learn Hold Monster. Actually would be relatively useful if I actually put it out. Okay. Yes, we actually can level again. We got so much experience. We rest for a few days out here. We need to get 1 experience in order to level again. Okay, view Vala. Let's go back to her bow. And buy her a few more arrows just to be sure. She's actually slightly running out. Bob, I think, has enough. 209 still, plus the 20s. Yeah. Alright, let's go train again. Oh yeah, I need more spells now. I'll go ahead and do a hold monsters. Why not? Heal! Finally, we get our ultimate healing spell. Now things are a lot easier. Heal is a very odd spell in first edition. It heals you to almost maximum hit points, no matter how many hit points you have. You actually roll 1d4 to do healing, and the number you roll is how many hit points you are missing after the heal spell hits. So, let's see, I'm in the right area. Now we have to fight a lot of battles against frost giants. Unfortunately, we have to attack. Who are you? Oh yeah, you here. We want to use our necklaces of missiles up. We still have a wand of fireballs too, so. Harm is the opposite spell. It, if it is not resisted, reduces the enemy to 1 to 4 hit points, no matter how many they have. And like a lot of similar spells like that, that have a chance to be resisted, are not nearly as useful as you would think. Now we have to bash our way through this place. Our ranger does bonus damage equal to his level to giants, so he pretty much will one-shot them with the cloud giant strength that he has. And the longsword versus giants does either double or quadruple damage, I can't remember which. So they basically one-shot giants each. They have not been hitting me with their rocks, that's nice. Usually I take a lot of damage from them because every time we're trying to bash and go through these tunnels, they're tossing rocks down on us. As always, it's just RNG whether it hits or not. It is melting because the miners of New Verdigris crossed a boundary field or something that caused the Lich to start waking up. It was something that they did in their digging, and so now the Black Circle has found it, and they are trying to accelerate the process. That's why they're allied with fire giants. They're trying to use the fire giants to melt the glacier faster and melt monsters out of the glacier to be impelled into their army. But yes, it was the Silver Blades who sealed the Dread Lich in the glacier. The Dread Lord. Yep. Pretty soon we're going to have some giant allies, and we are not going to betray them, because they make speedrun very viable. Because liches love phylacteries, the battle against the Dreadlord is not the final battle of the game, but the penultimate battle. Because after we kill him, we have to find and destroy his phylactery, and of course it is guarded by more enemies. Yep. All right. This is too good an area to pass up. And that was a good lightning bolt. If I remember right, at least in the original AD&D, you didn't necessarily have to have a manual to make them. You just needed to have a certain amount of spells and a certain caster level. The clay golems needed clay, or needed a priest. All the rest of them are flesh, stone, and iron are made by wizards. And that was all that was in first edition. I don't know the ones that they added in second edition well, like adamantite golems. But I imagine most golems have to be made with wizards in any case. Okay. Now, you can get random encounters here, but they're rare. And you can just run away. Let's see. We want to cast haste before this big battle, as well as go ahead and cast our blessing prayer spells. We talk to the giant, we agree to help, and so now we fight. Instead of having to fight our way through lots and lots of giants here, we get to get help from our giant friends, and we only fight 2 big battles, and then we can't explore this place anymore, but they will just let us pass whenever we want. They'll instantly escort us from one side of the village to the other, which is great for a speedrun. That was good. Black Circle Mages and Fighters follow up. Thank you. Okay, now the necklace again. Make sure I can damage as many wizards as possible, which should be all 4 of them. I'm just gonna be quit. We've got these guys now. With all these haste spells. There we go. And then we get the giant's treasure, which consists of... Is anything worthwhile? Longsword, shield, and plate are all +4, and the 3 potions are extra healing. Let's have CJ take the potion of extra healing, so we all will have some. Shield +4 and longsword +4 sound like really good ideas. Although I'm gonna get even better than that real soon. This will do for a while. We want to go to the dungeon first, so we can take the teleporter back home. Yep. Okay, Sarah made level... Well then, the level 11 magic user. I'm gonna have one more training session. That's Frost Giants pacified. Go through the village, head east. Now we have all these monsters that the Dreadlord had frozen in here. And the eastern crevices are really great. And I hope I just saved. I probably could have fought them. So now in the eastern crevices, we're finally in another spot where you can't run away from combat. Unless you do it manually in the combat, which is crazy. A lot of other games I've played only do that too, like GURPS is what I played the most of tabletop-wise. And mostly it only goes to +3 enchantments as well. So now a Cloud Giant is pitting more of these Frost Giants against us, very simply blaming us for the melting of their glaciers and things, so they come after us. Where's my wand of fireballs? Since now I've used up the... used up the necklaces of missiles, finally. Much better fireball. Okay, I should have saved, but it isn't worth it to reload here. That would do less damage than letting him give off a spell. You can save after every fight. Fights like that are long. You don't want to deal with them. Some of these fights are really fast. And those will take, but if I encounter any more guards or... guards or legionaries... those battles I want to reload. Fighters are arrayed across corridors ahead. Gotta fight them. Is one of them casting? No. Oh, I can't because he's right there. Last. Okay, phew. Good. Although I think I might hit Alex since I moved him up like that. I'm not going to be able to get over... Oh, wait. Yes, that'll do it. Good. Phew. Very, very weak fireball. My word, 8 points? Sheesh. Supposed to be like either a 5 or a 6 die fireball, so... Excellent. Couple of weak fireballs. And a lot of saves. That was my last one to fireball. That's unfortunate. Well, time to have a few more spells memorized then. Okay, now we have to give Vala back her bow. And save the game because we don't want to fight. Remoras are fine. They can instant kill me, but they're, no. They're pretty easily killed themselves. Like purple worms, they can swallow whole. They're one of the neatest D&D monsters. White dragons, those are actually not bad. Ta-da! Yeah. Certain high-level D&D where fighting dragons, first edition D&D especially, fighting multiple dragons is easier to deal with than fighting multiple humans. Right? Ah, we do have 2. And again, a really bad roll there. Oh well. We're finishing him off quick. Done. There are some interesting things that kind of count as encounters, such as when the ice groans around us. It'll randomly say that. Oh, giants are, well, actually, this... There are a lot of them, but this is probably not bad at this point. Hydras are easy. I'm not getting bad encounters, at least. Monsters! No. Standard RNG for these, especially when you're speedrunning. You'll get a series of encounters nearly in the same area that you don't like, and then you won't get anything for a while. I made it 3 steps, I should save. The real monsters, like dragons, remoras, hydras, you fight only 2 of those at a time, which is one of the reasons why they're so great. Plus, their armor class isn't in the super low negatives like it is for fighters. Hydras, that's fine. Okay, this is a set encounter. If you come back later, you also have to deal with hydras that they're melting out of the ice. Okay, this place I want to go straight. I was messing up big time here last time. Went down the southern path instead. Oh, jeez. Ouch. Okay, we're on Device Storm. Try and do as much damage to as many of these guys as possible so that they can't breathe on me too much. Ouchie! Time to use some heal spells. Let's see, on herself, she's just going to cast Cure Critical Wounds. Well, I can save 1 heal spell for, like, when Joe gets beat up even more. I always have mixed feelings whenever I get an encounter the square after I camp and save the game. Because on the one hand, it's like, oh, good thing I just saved, and the bad thing is, but then, oh, still, I just had to reload and waste time reloading again. Castle Guards attack. Nope. We do not deal with the worst. Getting good encounters at first, now it's all Castle Guards. I'm almost through, though. Unless that's a set encounter. Nope, it is not. Didn't think it was. Castle Guard's attack is a... Okay, this is a set encounter. Giants having boulders as an inventory item to throw is pretty hilarious. Huge white dragons charge you. Not scared. Totally not scared. Okay, let's see. Let's trade these to Sarah really fast. Let's let Sarah use some potions. 53? Yeah, good enough. Okay, this is a very big battle. Giants and dragons. So 3 dragons a turn. And now, the Black Circle, much worse group. Alright, Wizard's taken care of. This battle has just gone easy mode. Although I have to fight through 7 fighters still. Can take time, but haste makes that a little bit more palatable. Alright. Now, the man who disappeared fighting. And now we meet Oswulf the Spirit, who is preventing the Black Circle from entering. He gives us his sword and shield. +5. Now we're going to save the game. Quit. Now we're going to divvy out some really awesome weapons to everybody. There we go. Okay, we need to remove Jinx from the party, save the game as A again, add our favorite character back to the party. Okay, trade those to Joe, remove him, save the game, add him back again, Alex, to Sarah, so she doesn't actually need it. Okay, move, save, bags again. Alright, now I only need 3 shields and 2 swords. Alright, here we go. We penetrate the castle. We're going to get 1 random encounter. Let's see. Yes, that is the portal. Alright, let's... now we're fighting these guys again, so let's use a Wand of Ice Storm and a Silver Shield. Oh, here she is. Attack the Medusa. Get this over with. Definitely need to keep these storm giants from casting. Don't want her to get stoned either. is getting lightning bolt off. Yep. Ouch. Ouch. Went after Vala, who doesn't have her shield equipped. That's okay, though. Okay, good. Alright. Now we finally get to go home. This is our last chance to train up our characters. Okay. That was getting annoying. A weird segment there. Okay. Magic Memorize. Haste, Fireball. Ice Storm, I guess. Let's see. Bless. Prayer. Cure Critical. Heal. Okay. I'm going to wipe out these ones closest to Vala to reduce the chance of them targeting her and turning her into stone. I guess I don't really need her anymore, but it is always useful to have another helper. Well, I'm just going to deal with it. Too bad. Poor Vala. Oh. We pull it. Click echoes through the castle. Now we get here. We take a teleporter. Go up to the next level. This was a pretty short level. Ouch. Took some damage from that and couldn't do anything about it. The thief can sometimes prevent it. Oh, jeez. He is not having good luck with that today. Golems! Oh no, what do? We say Steel Eye, and they go away for some reason. I have no idea why that works, but it does. That's the password for them. This voice tells us a fake password, but the password is once again Steel Eye. So we don't have to fight the Iron Golems, and now we're on the final level. Again, no more random encounters in this place. I didn't write it down, but I need to. The order is like silver, gold, brass, I believe. Silver, gold. Yep, silver, gold, brass. Let the witch attack first. All sorts of weird ways to deal with all these situations. Oh, bash it. Bashing is the correct answer for that. You get, if you use the wrong key, you get attacked by Monsters. Speak, we are Oswulf, enter brother, and gaze upon death one last time. Okay, major encounter here. How many haste spells do I have? Only 2? Let's see. I don't want to use it here, though. But I do need to make sure that I get healed. Because I took way too much damage from those traps. The thief is supposed to prevent that. Okay. Alright, now it's just going to be potions going forward. Last Medusa for now. Okay, now I need to manually control so that I can... He's taking a lot of hits. But I need to wipe out the priests as much as possible before they cast on us. Do I have any characters in the way of here? No, I do not. Good. Okay. Invisibility lets her move without provoking attacks of opportunity, as it's later called. With his fist. Or with the wand, I guess. Okay, gold. 3 fights, or 4 fights left, actually. This is the toughest one. Next to the other one, this is really, really tough guy, so we're going to go ahead and use one of our blesses, one of our prayers, one of our hastes. Save the game. Oh, that's right, a lot of them here too. Golden Warrior. 1, got it. That's good. I can deal with that guy swiftly. Excellent. That was a good fight. Now we try the brass. Now we suddenly deal with a lot of 16-headed hydras, huge hydras. That's okay, they're not that tough. Now we'll just have him melee with the rest. Okay, penultimate fight, the ultimate battle with the Lich. So we need to cast our haste, cast another bless and prayer. Here he is, the Dreadlord. He is immune to most magic. He has a lot of these storm giants that toss lightning bolts, so this is extremely bad. Actually, I'll target this one. Okay, he took damage. Ouch. That's... oh, jeez. That's, bad. Jeez, they do such massive damage. Now, without him being able to AoE things, I might have to reload. Yep, I'm just gonna reload. If they get too many spells off immediately, that's it. Doesn't matter where I put it now. I need my mage to go before them if at all possible. With haste spell and boots on, we move 48. That's pretty incredible. Okay, let's see. That will get a pretty big group not being able to cast. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, who else do we have who is an undamaged storm giant? Nobody? Everybody's damaged? Good. Okay, let's finish off the clerics. Good, 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 good. I hit the Lich, so he shouldn't be able to cast this turn. Much better fight. Okay. Oh, the battle isn't over. Why not? Oh, I found a secret door to the north. Here's the Lich's phylactery. An image appears taunting us, but let's see. Actually, I can just quick combat him. And quick combat him. Quick combat him. So all we have to deal with is my last thing there. That was nice. Medusas, who can't stone us because we have silver shields on, and iron golems, which are relatively tough and immune to most magic, so just me laying them down with our all still hasted characters is ideal. Reflected. Oh, stoned. And that is it. And now the image of the brothers reunite their spirits, and that is game. Nice, nice, nice. Cutting down to 246. And despite having some really, really rough splits in the early game, fell behind by 5 minutes in assembling the staff, which I cut quite a bit of by the time I conquered, but even the Frost Giants is a little bit behind. But I made it through the ruins. Some of that is RNG, it just is nothing else, but some of it is pretty good overall. But as I clean this up, I can bring it down even more. That is really, really solid time. I get the 1 or 2 more runs of this in before questing for glory, I can definitely drop my estimate. Okay, well, that's all for this. You can continue the game after this, but there's not much you can do. Nobody in town will do anything to you. It's late, so I'm not going to show any of that off. I'm just going to put it up here. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I'll see if I can get some more speedruns and stuff in at some later time. Till then, farewell.